So good morning, it's Natalie here from the Convention Junkies, and I'm here live at FRIGHTMARE in the Falls, Niagara Falls 2019, and I'm here with the lovely Barbara Crampton.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Thank you so much for meeting me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've been in a lot of projects, obviously Re-Animator, you've been obviously in your next. I know you from a little way further back than that, from The Young and the Restless.
Right, thank you.
But you've been so much, like how did you get involved in horror? Like how did you get involved in this genre?
It wasn't something that I particularly intended to do or not do. As a young actor, I auditioned for whatever was available and came my way. Mm-hmm. And I just happened to audition for Re-Animator after the initial girl who was cast dropped out of the project. Her mother had read the script and wasn't fond of the material and said, I don't want you to do this movie. So there was a second casting and I was called in to read with Jeffrey and Bruce and I got the part, and it became, I guess, now what is considered a cult classic. So
that's right, very iconic.
Yeah, and even back then in 1985 and 84 when it came out, we got a lot of great reviews for it. So I think early on in my career, my name became synonymous with horror, and then I, of course, worked with Stuart Gordon again and From Beyond and Castle Free. Mm-hmm. And then, people just started calling me for those types of movies. But it really wasn't until I took a break from acting and I had my children when I came back with You're Next that I realized I was part of this amazing genre that now I call my home. Mm-hmm. I hadn't been on social media. I hadn't been really active on the convention circuit. But when I came back with You're Next, I joined Twitter and Facebook, and then I started going to more conventions, and I realized that I was part of this community that I didn't know I belonged to. And that's when I realized, these are my people, this is my genre, and this is my home. And that's when I decided to rededicate myself to the horror genre and to my career. And now I'm having a blast just working with a lot of young filmmakers on new projects. And
finally meeting your fans who have come to know you and love your work and follow you on social media.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there a project that you could go back and do all over again?
Is there a project that I would like to go back and do all over?
Yeah.
I'd like to redo all of my movies because it's funny you ask that. When I did this movie called We Are Still Here, which was shot not far away from here in Rochester, New York, after we filmed the entire movie, I turned to the producer, Travis Stevens, and I said, can we just start all over again? Because I finally know how to play this character. Because I think after you shoot a movie and after you go through the experiences of a character, you really understand what the movie is trying to say after you finished it. And there was so many things I thought about that I realized, maybe I should have added this element in, or I should have played that scene like this. And I wanted to do the whole project over again. I would say that about all of my movies, but you can't do that, obviously.
No, but it's nice to know from you guys, because you guys have been there, done that, lived it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you kind of wish, oh man, I'd love to do that again, or if I had my way, I would have done this, or I would have said this.
Yeah, because, with independent filmmaking, and we have to work really fast because time is money, a lot of times you're not really given the opportunity to take as much time as you'd like with every scene and every setup. Mm-hmm. So there's always, it's just like life, I guess. You have regrets, or you think about, in that situation in my life, should I have done something a little bit different, or would I have done that? And I don't know, for an actor, for me, I'm never really satisfied. So I look at all of my work and I think, I could have done that scene a little better or a little differently, or I wish we'd put that element in. But, sometimes that's what reshoots are for. So after you do a film, I worked on Beyond the Gates as I was in the movie, but I was also a producer. And after we saw the movie and put the first cut together, we realized that there were some elements we really were missing that we didn't realize before we shot the film. And so we went back and we had a couple of days of extra filming and extra footage that really helped sell the material, I feel. So if you have enough financial means to do that, it's always great to have that advantage to actually be able to shoot extra scenes.
Mm-hmm. And also too, so just we're going to wrap up here. Is there any projects that you're going to be working on or that you can tell us about?
Sure.
Or anything, so that if they want to follow you further on social media, where can they find you?
Well, my social media is just my name, Barbara Crampton, so that's Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And as far as new projects that I'm working on, I was in Albania this summer and I shot the new Castle Freak. Well, really, it's a reimagining of the original Castle Freak. I'm not in this particular movie, but I was a producer on it, and I've been there from the beginning, from the inception of the script, and I was on set every day at the monitor, and we've had 3 cuts of the film, and I've been able to give notes, and it's looking great, and I'm very excited for people to see that sometime next year. I did also a movie in Norway this summer called The Color of Madness, and it's a kind of a cult movie in the vein of The Wicker Man or Midsummer, and I have a very fun part in that. And a couple of other things that I'm not allowed to talk about yet because they haven't been announced, but in January I'm going to be shooting a film that has been my passion project that I've been developing a vehicle for myself for 3 years, and I hope if you follow me you'll be able to hear about that very soon, and we'll be able to announce it.
And noticed you dyed your hair as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I dyed my hair for another role that I'm doing in a couple of weeks, but that hasn't been announced either. So I'm going back to blonde because I miss my blonde hair, but this is fun for now. And this is good, better for the role that I'm going to play. So
I love it.
Thank you.
It really accentuates your face, and it totally brightens you up. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. You should stick
so
with
much.
that. I like the blonde too, but I
yeah.
do sometimes change is nice, right?
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you very much.
Well, on behalf of the Convention Junkies here, just want to say thank you so much to Barbara Crampton for meeting with me here at FRIGHTMARE in the Falls, Niagara Falls 2019. Thank you so much.
Thank you.